Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the world of celebrities who have landed themselves behind bars. Once protected by fame and fortune, these stars are now facing the harsh reality of their actions. From minor missteps to major scandals, let's take a look at who's doing time and why. Sam Hurd, born on April 24, 1985 in San Antonio, Texas, is a former American football player who played as a wide receiver. He stood out in high school at Breckenridge and later at Northern Illinois University, where he set records with 143 receptions, 2,323 yards, and 21 touchdowns. Although not selected in the 2006 NFL Draft, he signed a 3-year contract with the Chicago Bears in 2011. However, his career abruptly ended that same year due to a drug trafficking scandal. The investigation began during the NFL lockout in July 2011, shortly after Hurd joined the Bears. Police intercepted a man carrying a bag with $88,000 in cash in a car registered to Hurd. The man claimed the money and car belonged to Hurd, who later contacted police to reclaim it, raising suspicions about his financial dealings. This was the first sign of his potential involvement in illegal activities. On December 14, 2011, Sam Hurd was arrested in a sting operation at a steakhouse in Rosemont, a Chicago suburb. He met an undercover agent, revealing plans to buy 5 to 10 kilograms of cocaine, about $25,000 per kilogram, and 1,000 pounds of marijuana, about $450 per pound, weekly for distribution in Chicago, with a weekly value of $575,000 to $700,000, over $2 million monthly. After being released on bail, Hurd returned to Texas but soon faced further trouble. On March 19, 2013, a federal grand jury charged Hurd with conspiring to distribute over 5 kilograms of cocaine and 100 kilograms of marijuana from July 2011 to June 2012. On April 11, 2013, he pleaded guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to distribute drugs, facing a minimum of 10 years to a maximum of life in prison and up to a $10 million fine with no plea deal. On November 13, 2013, at a federal court in Dallas, Judge Jorge A. Solis sentenced Hurd to 15 years in prison, below the recommended 27 to 34 years. During the 4-hour hearing, Hurd delivered a 30-minute apology, admitting to marijuana addiction and regretting choices that ended his football career, which began at age 7. Hurd served his sentence at the federal prison in Bastrop, Texas. Under federal law, he had to serve at least 85% of his term, about 12.75 years, but was released early on January 31, 2023, after 10 years due to good behavior. He then transferred to a community confinement facility in San Antonio until May 30, 2023. It's unclear whether he now lives privately or under supervision. Abby Lee Miller, born on September 21, 1965, is an American dance instructor, choreographer, studio owner, television personality, and author. Her career really took off with Dance Moms, a reality show where she not only trained young dancers, but also gained attention for her strict, sometimes harsh teaching style and fiery clashes with the dancers' mothers. However, behind the spotlight, Abby Lee Miller became embroiled in a series of serious scandals, ranging from legal troubles and racism allegations to lawsuits that have made her a highly controversial figure. One of Abby's most significant scandals involved bankruptcy fraud and currency smuggling. In 2010, she filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy to restructure nearly $400,000 in debt tied to her Pittsburgh dance studio. When Dance Moms premiered in 2011 and generated substantial income, she was accused of concealing over $755,000 in earnings from the show, dance classes, and online sales through secret bank accounts. The scheme unraveled when a judge by chance watched the show and suspected that her reported income of just $8,899 per month didn't align with reality. In October 2015, Abby was indicted on 20 counts of bankruptcy fraud. In 2016, she faced additional charges for failing to report over $120,000 in cash earned from dance classes in Australia, which she allegedly divided into smaller amounts and had friends smuggle across the U.S. border in plastic bags to evade customs. After pleading guilty to 2 charges concealing bankruptcy assets and failing to report an international monetary transaction, Abby was sentenced on May 9, 2017, to 366 days in prison, 2 years of probation, a $40,000 fine, and $120,000 in restitution. She began serving her sentence at the Federal Correctional Institution in Victorville, California, in July 2017, but was released after 8 months, transferring to a halfway house in March 2018 due to health issues, and officially completing her sentence in May 2018. On the health front, after leaving the halfway house in March 2018, Abby was diagnosed with Burkitt lymphoma, a rare form of cancer, requiring emergency spinal surgery and chemotherapy. She now uses a wheelchair and is undergoing physical therapy in hopes of walking again. During this period, she sparked controversy by criticizing doctors for failing to diagnose her condition earlier, despite 2 prior hospital visits with the same symptoms. In 2022, she publicly called out former students like Maddie Ziegler for abandoning her after her prison stint, claiming they benefited from her training but cut contact when she fell on hard times. Abby Lee Miller is a deeply contradictory figure, a talented instructor who propelled many young dancers to success, yet a person repeatedly entangled in legal scandals, racism accusations, and disputes over her treatment of students. Bobby Shmurda, born Aquila Jean Pollard on August 4, 1994, in Miami, Florida, is a Jamaican-American rapper widely regarded as a pioneer of Brooklyn drill music. He rose to global fame in 2014 with his viral hit Hot Nigga, or Hot Boy in its radio edit, a track that catapulted him to stardom and secured a deal with Epic Records. However, behind this brief moment of glory, Bobby Shmurda became entangled in a serious legal scandal involving charges of conspiracy to commit murder, weapons possession, and gang activity, derailing his career and leading to a lengthy prison sentence. Just months after reaching the height of his fame, on December 17, 2014, Bobby Shmurda was arrested by the New York Police Department during a raid at Quad Recording Studios in Manhattan, a location infamous for the 1994 shooting of rapper Tupac Shakur. Alongside him, over 14 members of the GS9 crew, including his brother Javis and rapper Rowdy Rebel, were also apprehended. The New York Police Department's months-long investigation accused Bobby of being the mastermind behind GS9, a street gang allegedly responsible for multiple murders, reckless shootings into crowds, and drug trafficking in Brooklyn. Prosecutors issued a 69-count indictment, charging Bobby with first-degree conspiracy to commit murder, illegal weapons possession, reckless endangerment, and drug trafficking. Evidence included 21 seized firearms, one allegedly found in a bag on Bobby's lap during his arrest in a car, along with a small amount of crack cocaine. After over a year and a half in custody, Bobby faced mounting legal pressure. Initially, he staunchly refused to plead guilty or accept a deal, believing the evidence against him was insufficient. However, on September 9, 2016, just days before his trial was set to begin, he agreed to a global plea deal with prosecutors. Under this deal, Bobby pleaded guilty to 2 charges: third-degree conspiracy and second-degree weapons possession, reducing his potential maximum sentence from 15 years to 7 years in prison, plus 5 years of probation. He later said he took the deal to protect Rowdy Rebel, who faced a 12-year sentence if Bobby didn't agree to the 7-year terms for both. On October 19, 2016, at Manhattan Supreme Court, Bobby was officially sentenced to 7 years in prison. During the hearing, he unexpectedly asked to withdraw his guilty plea, alleging his lawyer had coerced him into accepting the deal. "I was forced by my attorney to take this plea. I didn't want this sentence," he told Judge Abraham Klott. His request was denied, and the sentence stood. With nearly 2 years already served awaiting trial, he faced about 5 more years of actual prison time. While serving his sentence at Rikers Island and later at the Clinton Correctional Facility in upstate New York, Bobby encountered numerous challenges. In mid-2015, he and an ex-girlfriend were caught attempting to smuggle a makeshift knife into Rikers. resulting in new charges for contraband possession that could have added up to 7 years to his sentence. He was also involved in prison fights, including one reportedly tied to tensions between the Bloods and Crips gangs. In 2017, he received an additional 4-year sentence for possessing a shank in prison, though it was merged with his original sentence. Bobby Shmurda was released from Clinton Correctional Facility on February 23, 2021, nearly 10 months earlier than expected due to good behavior. Rapper Quavo from Migos welcomed him with a private jet, marking a long-awaited return celebrated by fans. He remains under community supervision until February 2026. From a breakout star with hot nigga to 6 years behind bars, Bobby's journey is a tale of talent, mistakes, and resilience. Though the road ahead remains challenging, he holds on to hope of reclaiming his former glory, proving that his past does not entirely define his future.